Washingtonians who are honoring en masse our Stay Home, Stay Healthy initiative. People are staying home because they want to protect their own health. They want to protect the health of their loved ones, which is only common sense, and they want to follow the law of the state of Washington. You know, the impact of COVID-19 has been severe in our state. All of us Washingtonians have had to make hard decisions of one type and another. Not everyone agrees with decisions that I have made, and that's fine in a democracy. But every decision I have made is designed to protect the health of Washingtonians, and we have seen hundreds of deaths in our state, and we cannot continue to allow that pandemic to ravage our state. So our Stay Home, Stay Healthy order is the law of the state of Washington, and it will remain the law of the state of Washington till we make a further decision, which will be based on data and science. So our office will not be guided by irrational forces that would really gamble with our health. And if we placed that bet and lost, we would be giving up the hard-won gains that we've already made because of the dedication of Washingtonians to this order. Now, I have said, and I think it's really important to realize, there has been huge buy-in and compliance to this effort, really across the state of Washington. It's been quite remarkable. I'm trying to think of another time where Washingtonians have been so committed to their joint welfare to try to prevent needless death. In fact, to my knowledge, there's only had to be filed one action to assure compliance with the Stay Home, Stay Healthy order. And that was against a California company that so far has in Tacoma, or operating in Tacoma, that has refused to honor the moratorium on evictions for non-payment of rent. So law enforcement really has not been necessary to do what we have to do, which is to use our heads to protect ourselves from this virus. But these orders will be enforced if that is necessary. We have a three-step process for enforcing these orders, and it starts with education. We then work with licensing agencies to encourage compliance, and then local law enforcement as well. And only as a very last resort do we have to seek legal action to obtain compliance. And it's our goal to have voluntary compliance in every single case. In the rare event, and so far this has only happened once to my knowledge, we have the Attorney General, Bob Ferguson, the State Patrol, other local law enforcement agencies to make sure that these orders are followed. Earlier today, I sent a letter to the Franklin County Commission about some of the actions they took Tuesday, and I made clear that those actions really intentionally and knowingly violated the state law, and so they'll have to change. And we really cannot equivocate on this point. And we cannot have individual law enforcement officers arbitrarily decide which laws they're going to enforce and which laws they're not going to enforce. If people have disagreements with the law, that can be decided by the courts, not by any individual law enforcement officer. So there were some comments Tuesday night by the Sheriff of Snohomish County that are not supported by that county's prosecuting attorney. Adam Cornell, and he issued a statement today. I just want to read from it because I think it really encapsulates what's at stake here. Adam said, quote, "We are elected to serve under the laws, not to act above them. An earnest desire to change the law is much different than refusing to enforce it." And I agree with that. I think it's a very clear statement of what our democracy needs at this moment. The Snohomish County Health District, as I believe, also issued a statement about the importance of us being in compliance with the Stay Home, Stay Healthy initiative. And no court anywhere in this state or federally has said in any way that this order contravenes the Constitution or any other law that's pertinent to our state. I do think encouraging illegal activity jeopardizes the health of people in our communities. It also puts them in potential legal jeopardy. Businesses and individuals are required to follow the state's lawful order under COVID-19. And so far, millions, literally, of Washingtonians are doing just that. And we're going to continue to reach out to these jurisdictions to make sure that there is clarity about the orders, as well as the underlying legal and constitutional grounds that give the governor's office authority to impose restrictions to protect the health of Washingtonians in emergencies. I also appreciate the cooperation of local jurisdictions who originally have had some questions about the orders. We've seen some local jurisdictions like the City of Linden and Chelan County and Douglas County who've issued resolutions or guidance to allow for construction in a way that they believed was consistent with our orders. And when my office contacted them to express concerns about their interpretation, they were willing to rescind their orders and work with our office. And I appreciate their cooperation and good faith efforts. And these are examples of strong leadership. And we've had just a handful of other situations where we've had a couple businesses who originally did not want to comply with the order. And when they've received a call from other folks, they saw the light and the reason why this made sense, and to my knowledge are now in compliance with the Stay Home, Stay Healthy statewide initiative, and we appreciate that. So we want Washingtonians to continue to take care of themselves and their neighbors. Look, this has been working. This is saving lives. There are people alive today because of the work we've done jointly in the state of Washington. And I'm confident we're going to continue this good work because that makes sense. It's what science indicates, and it shows our love for our community and our families. Now is not the time to give up. With that, happy to stand for questions.